Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, we are in a different spot today and we're actually in a kitchen, which means we're gonna be cooking. I'm really excited because I'm actually going to be making the happy birthday Harry cake that Hagrid made for Harry on his 11th birthday, because today is Harry Potter's and J.K Rowling's birthday. Found a couple recipes on Pinterest that I wanted to try because I don't have the Geek Gear recipe and I wanted something that was a little on the healthier side than something that had a lot of sugar and other things in it. So I'll make sure to link the recipes that I found down below from Pinterest. And these are a little bit different. So the cake is going to be a paleo and gluten-free chocolate cake. And then the frosting I'm making, I've never made a frosting before, so I don't know how it's gonna turn out. But the frosting is not paleo or anything. It's like not healthy, it's normal. But then I also got regular frosting just in case it turns out really bad, because I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so let's just dive on in. First thing it says to do is to preheat the oven to 355, which I have already done, and then to grease our pans. So I have two round pans, and I don't know if they're the right size, but we're just going to wing this. For this recipe, we are going to need, I have everything already measured out and ready, so we're gonna need coconut oil, maple syrup, cocoa powder, eggs, milk, almond flour, arrowroot flour, salt, baking soda, and baking powder. The first thing it says is to whisk the oil, syrup, cocoa together until it looks like melted chocolate. So let's do that. So the coconut oil is right here. So we will add that on in. And then we are going to add the syrup, which is over here. And then the chocolate. Okay, so here's the chocolate. It says to whisk these together. So let's do that. Okay, I think that looks right. So it says to just whisk it until it looks like melted chocolate, which it does. And I'm also slightly regretting wearing a white shirt because I feel like I'm going to get it dirty. The next thing it says is to add eggs one at a time. So there's 3 eggs to this recipe. So let's do that. Okay, so adding 1 egg at a time. Here is our first egg. Add milk and whisk until it resembles hot cocoa. Okay, let's do that. So I have almond milk, because this is a dairy-free recipe. I guess that looks like hot chocolate. Sift together the dry ingredients and add them to the wet mix. Okay. So let me get another bowl. Okay, so we're gonna sift together the dry ingredients. And so we have our almond flour. The recipe did actually call for coconut flour, but I could not find it at the store. So we are gonna use almond flour in hope that it works out fine. And arrowroot flour, we'll put that in there. Doing the baking soda. And I'll leave all the measurements down below, like I said. Okay. And then baking powder, and then it said a pinch of salt, so I put a very little amount of salt. I'm just gonna use a fork and blend those together. Okay, so I think those are blended out pretty well. So now I'm just going to slowly sift together dry ingredients and add them to wet mix. Mix together until no clumps. And it's going to be quite dense, what the recipe says. So, okay. So let's mix this in. I think I'm gonna do it slowly, just add a little bit at a time so we don't go too crazy here. I think I might add a little bit more almond flour because it says it's supposed to be dense and this is like pretty watery. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit more of this. Okay, so I added in a little bit more almond flour and a little bit more of the arrowroot flour. Hopefully I didn't ruin it. It wasn't as thick as it said it was going to be, so I'm not really sure, but I'm just gonna go for it and bake it, okay? And we're gonna see how this goes. So my 2 pans are greased now. So I am going to just pour in our mix, and then we're going to put it in the oven. I feel like these are gonna be 2 really thin cakes. Should I do that or should I just do 1? We're gonna do 1, because I feel like I don't have enough to do 2. Doesn't look right. So let's do 1 cake. It says to put it in the oven for 25 minutes, so let's do that. All right, so timer is set for 25 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to clean up the dishes that I've made, and then we are going to make our frosting. Now we are going to make the whipped cream. For the whipped cream, we need softened butter, powdered sugar, vanilla, heavy whipping cream, and salt. I've never made anything like this before, so hopefully it turns out okay. Pretty much we're just gonna combine everything in a bowl, and we're gonna beat it for 5 to 7 minutes, and then you're gonna add more powdered sugar like as you go. So I'm really nervous. I feel like this isn't gonna work well, because like the butter's soft, but it's like, I feel like it's just gonna be a mess. I'm gonna add in the butter. We're gonna add the powdered sugar, and then we're gonna beat it. So like whisk it. Okay, so let's add in the cream. And then we need half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. A teaspoon of vanilla. A teaspoon of vanilla. Maybe a little bit more for good luck. Okay, thanks. And then the powdered sugar. This is the part that I think is gonna make a mess. Let's slowly add this in, and we're going to mix it. Oh my god, my arm's already tired. This is not frosting. Oh my gosh, what is going on? And this is why I also bought frosting. Actually doesn't taste bad. Alright, so as we all know, Harry's cake is pink. Right now, my frosting that I've made is yellow. I got some red food dye, so we are gonna add this to it, and hopefully it turns pink. So I am just going to add a couple drops, because I'm really scared. Okay, I think we're getting the right color. Oh, you look so good. The cake is done. Look how good it looks. And it smells so good. Okay, so it says to let this cool for a while. So I'm gonna try to get it out and put it on a pan so we can cool it. Okay, so I plopped the cake out and onto this pan to let it cool. It's not that big of a cake. I thought it would be a little bit bigger, but I think it's fine. Once it's decorated, it's kind of going flat in the middle, so hopefully it turns out okay. I'm gonna let this cool and finish making the frosting, and then we'll frost it once it's done. Alright guys, so I let my cake cool for a little while. I'm pretty impatient, so I'm just gonna start frosting it now and get things going. The cake is kind of flat and like flaky on the top, so it's not a really pretty cake, but that's okay, because it's our first time. And our frosting is pretty pink. We have, I think this color's nice, I like it. So I think that turned out well. I also did try the frosting, it actually tastes really good. So I am just going to attempt to start frosting this cake, because we also have to write on it. Everyone that knows how to actually bake is like cringing at home while I make this cake. I I am so sorry. I apologize. I'm not a baker. Okay, I think that looks messy enough. Let's put it in the fridge for a little while because the frosting is getting weird. So it kind of settled. It looks really weird, you guys. I don't know what happened to this cake. It looks really funky. Okay, but we are gonna go in and do the writing now. Hopefully this turns out okay. I'm really nervous for this because I don't have a steady hand and I just feel like this is gonna be even more of a wreck. But you know what? This is what we came here for, okay? That's what you can expect from cooking with me, is it being a mess. I can't handle how bad this is. Oh Lord, I don't know what happened. Oh my God. This is not okay. This is not okay. It looks like it's just like sliding down. Can we handle how gross this is? Because I can't. Oh my God. I am so happy to be done with this because this was the most annoying thing I've ever had to do on this channel. So yes, here we go. My happy birthday Harry cake. Happy birthday, Harry. I hope you really enjoy this freaking cake because it was very annoying to make and it looks disgusting. Ugh, okay, so we're gonna try it. Okay, we're gonna do that. So we're gonna try this cake. Jonathan's right here. He says it still looks good, but I think it looks disgusting. Let's cut into this cake. Oh my God, it's the frosting that looks so gross. It's not the actual cake. So maybe if we just kind of like, so here's the actual cake. See, that looks good. I think it's just the butter. The butter, the butter is weird with the frosting. I'm gonna try this. It's good. It actually is really good. Mmm. Okay, try it.
Give it a go. Yeah, it's good.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well Jonathan likes it. So if anyone else is gonna make this cake, I definitely recommend one, probably using a different type of butter. I think the butter that I used made it weird. And it was like, I don't know, the frosting just kind of like fell apart and now it's really oily. It's gross. But I think also I didn't wait long enough to put the frosting on because I have no patience and I didn't want to wait for it to cool for an hour. So that's probably why it kind of like melted and then separated the butter from the rest of the stuff. So probably my fault. But the cake itself is actually good. For being a cake that had no added sugar or anything like bad in it, it was, you know, it's a paleo gluten-free cake. So I think that is actually really good for that kind of cake. But you guys, this is like the ugliest thing I've ever created, and I'm so sorry you had to be a part of it. But if you guys want to make this recipe, I will make sure to link it down below. It's not like one whole recipe. I got different things from Pinterest and kind of just made it myself. So I'll write everything down in the description so you guys can make it if you'd like. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see new videos weekly that are mostly Harry Potter related. A huge happy birthday to Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling. If it wasn't for you, I don't think I would exist on this earth because I need Harry Potter in my life to be living. So thank you very much and happy birthday. See you guys next week with a new video. Bye! Ugh. This looks disgusting. It jiggles in. Oh, oh my God. That looks so foul. It doesn't even say happy birthday anymore. Oh my God. I'm sorry.